Hey guys, Coach Amelia Adair here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are feeling good and doing good. I got a great message for you today, honey. I was like, oh, talk about it. I was so hyped. I already made a little postcard about it because when it get into my heart and it get into my spirit, I like to just share it. I like to just get it out there because I want to make sure I get every point across. Okay, I don't want to miss no details. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to cut you short. So, um, let's talk about it. Let's jump right in. Let's get to the point. Okay, I'm not gonna chat with y'all too much. I don't got that much time, but I got enough time to give you guys the message. And it's when when it's time to move on. You know when do you? Wait, how am I gonna say it? Because the quote was, "Don't miss your next step being stagnant on your last step." Okay, so some of us get to a point. We take a step in life, we take a leap, and it is one of the best leaps we ever took. So we're fired up, we're excited, we're good. We're blessed and things like that. But I think there comes a point where you know, we forget to keep moving to that next step. We get a little stagnant and complacent, and then we kind of be wondering, like, hey, why I'm not growing, or what can I be doing, or maybe you may feel like you're not fulfilled. Like you feel like you're missing something, and every time you kind of try something else in the area, it's just not doing it for you. You just still searching and searching, and when you get to that point, it is so important for you to realize you at that point, number one, because some of us get to that point and we don't realize we at that point. We just at that point, and we float off to the side, and we forget that we on a journey in life. Like there's more inside of us, and it's kind of like trapped away because we not doing the necessary steps. We're not paying attention to it. We're not reading any more books. We're not staying uplifted. We just get stagnant. Okay, and the definition of stagnant, well, my definition, I don't got a word for word definition, but it's staying put. It's no growth, it's no elevation. there's there's no movement happening. Yeah, you may be going to the same job, but why are you going to that same job? Are you going to that same job to continue to pay those same bills? Or are you going to that job to save up money to start your business? So the goal is to start the business. The goal isn't to keep going to work and paying the same bills, baby. That's how you know you're stagnant, when you're literally just working and paying a bill, working and paying a bill, working and paying a bill. That is the modern definition of no movement. Because you're moving, yeah, obviously you're going to work, you're clocking in, you're getting paid. But when you take a step back, okay, and you look at the bigger picture, there is no growth happening, okay? You aren't investing too far into the future, like okay, maybe you have a 401k. Some people be like, well, I got my 401k, I'm set. Okay, well, when it's time for you to spend that 401k, what are you gonna do? You get what I'm saying? Like, you're just gonna, sit around, eat, and spend the 401k. That's cool and all too, but that's still that's still no growth. You're gonna get bored. You're gonna get really bored, and that's how some people get into loops of depression. Is just extreme boredom. They have gotten so bored that they started picking at themselves and trying to find things wrong with them. Like, you kind of go in a backwards direction. Instead of going forward, you start critiquing what you already have, and there's no point in critiquing too much of what you have because no one is perfect. Okay, it's good to try to start something new and then critique your process. You get what I'm saying? So you don't want to get to a point where you're just working, saving money, working, saving money, and then start picking with the things that you have around you, trying to perfect what you already have, and just trying to make it perfect. It can be impulsive. It can be it can be toxic to yourself. Because remember, before anything, we are human beings. So what does that mean? We like to explore. We like to learn new things. We like to adventure. We like to look good. You know what I mean? We just like to be full of life. That's what we're here for. We're here to have life, and we're here to help other people. And sometimes we're raising our children, and sometimes that can take a lot of our focus and a lot of our time. But understand this main point is that your kid is always watching, okay? So make sure you make it a big point that let your kids know that you are always in a growing stage. You always elevating. You always trying to be the best version of yourself, because that process doesn't stop. You can enjoy it, but that don't mean you should stop your growth and just settle with the last step you came upon. Some people, sorry, I got an itch. Don't laugh at me. No, but some of us get to a step in life that it's just one of our greatest steps. Was one of your greatest accomplishments, and you do have funding, and you do have the family, and you may have the degrees, you may have the location, you may feel like you have everything, but maybe you don't have the business, or maybe your business could upscale a little bit bigger. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's always a next step to go, but you have to take that step. Okay? Some of us don't take that step because it's like, okay, I know I got this much in my savings account, and I want that number to always be there. Like some of us get stuck on keeping 5 to 10K in a savings account just sitting there, in case an emergency happens. And it's okay to cut that in half and risk it to duplicate it. Okay? Some of us aren't risking some of our savings because of fears. You know what I mean? Fears of losing a job, fears of a pandemic happening, okay? Yes, even though the pandemic happened, but let me tell y'all, the pandemic was the best thing for businesses. So if you didn't have a business in the pandemic, it actually cost you more money because, you didn't have something of your own. I'm not gonna go too in depth with that. I'm gonna just leave that right there. So understand that if you have a career, you have a family, and even if you inspired to have that, okay, you still have to start taking the steps to get there. You get what I'm saying? So let's do one and then we'll do the other so we don't get confused, okay? So say you have it, you know what I mean? You have the family, you have the job, you have the you have the basis, you know what I'm saying? You comfortable, you getting paid every week, everything is great, you know what I'm saying? You taking your vacations once a year, but you still find a place, you still find that you're still missing something. Some of us will still feel like unfulfilled, like still kind of looking for something. And with men, I feel like men always looking for the next woman, when you gotta grow with your woman. You know what I mean? Like y'all gotta maybe take a therapy session together and see we're in a relationship. There could be some healing, there could be some fixing, there could be some growing there. Look around and just see, am I really living in my purpose? Ask yourself, does this really make me happy? Because some of us aren't really happy unless we're having a drink or we're smoking, or you know what I mean? We're not really just happy in ourselves. It's like we need something to make us happy. So that is a great way for you to see that you are not fulfilled. Like you are not fulfilled in God's purpose for you. There's something else there. And I know it's scary, okay? Some of us are so afraid of change and so afraid of the truth, or just afraid to kind of like walk into faith, But take it one step at a time, okay? Think about something you really love doing, Think about something that someone says, oh, you're really good at this. Or something that someone always calls you for it. Like, hey, even if someone's always calling you for advice, if someone is always calling you for advice, you need to be a coach. I'm going to just say it like that. You need to be a coach because people are inspired by you, and people look up to you, and people are just excited to have you in their life. And maybe that's a new journey that you could focus on. Hey, I could be a life coach. You don't have to be a worldwide life coach. You could just be the life coach in your area and bring yourself to that new level. When people see, oh, I'm taking coaching seriously, people will start to look at you in a new light. Okay? People will start to appreciate your advice, and your advice won't just be overlooked. Because I know if you're someone that they always come to, it's like you could get frustrated because someone will come and cry their heart out to you, and you give them some great advice, and then they turn around and still do, you know what I mean? So you're like, I'm not helping anymore. So you kind of wash your hands with it. Don't wash your hands with it. Like people out there that come to you, they really need you. And you shouldn't just turn around and turn your back so quick or get frustrated. Sometimes you just got to find a new approach to it. Why not? You'll be surprised how good it feels to be that, role model in someone's life, and what you do actually sticks with them, and then you guys are growing together, and it just creates a new family, a new form. Now let's talk about if you kind of don't have everything. Maybe you're still trying to get a car. Maybe you're trying to get an apartment. Maybe you're trying to still find that job. Maybe you know what I mean? You're still a little, you're still battling paying bills and going to work. It's a little fluctuated in the sense that you just trying to, one, definitely need to book a session. Because sometimes when you're so fluctuated, you're so frustrated, you ready to move, but you don't know where to move, and you got all these ideas, and you don't know which way to go through, and you just kind of you asking such and such, but they don't really know. You seen so and so, but you read this book, but it's a little broad. Sometimes you just need to spend a few dollars and talk to someone that specializes in coaching, specializes in therapy. Sometimes you just may need a therapy session. Sometimes you may need both. You get what I'm saying? But either way, you have to take one step towards that bigger step, because if you made it this far, you made it to a point where, okay, education is okay, getting a job is okay. Obviously, if you have a job, you can get a job. And, maybe your living arrangements aren't the best, and you want to take a turn, but you've just been let down, but you're ready to move. But you know what I mean? You still going through this tug of war kind of thing with the world and yourself. Take a minute to breathe, okay? Do your research and find you a coach that could guide you in a direction that you feel more comfortable with. Some of us are scared of, a therapist, or scared of a coach because of maybe one bad thing they may have heard. But you got to understand, there's millions of coaches, there's millions of therapists. Take time to find someone that's going to be right for you, and hear them out. Some of us are like, no, I don't want to hear them out. I don't want to, you don't even hear someone out, and you close that door that can possibly open up 20 more doors for you. So don't stay stagnant and refuse, be stubborn when you know deep down that you could use the help. Be honest. I'm going to be honest. I've always been honest. Before I took that step, I took a therapist step that I didn't even want to take. I did not want to take no therapist step. I was like, I don't need no therapist. self healer, book reader, strong black woman. You know what I mean? Like, and after about 3 sessions, I ended up doing about I did a few sessions, but after the first 3 sessions, mind you, I went back, so obviously I did 3 sessions. But after the 3 sessions, I was like, oh my gosh, I was reflecting in a point like I needed this. Like I didn't admit it to myself right away, but later on along the line, I was like, wow, like, and it's not like she said something that I didn't know, but she said it in a light that I didn't see. You know what I mean? Like I didn't look at it that way. And it wasn't insulting and it wasn't disrespectful. It was an honest, sympathetic reality. It was a reality that I like deep down I knew. You know what I mean? Like when we say deep down, and understand when you say deep down, you know it's deep down because when you hear it, you kind of agree into it, but you never said it to yourself or you never said it to anyone else. So that's what it means when it's like deep down, yeah, deep down, I knew that therapist wasn't hurting me. I knew that I needed to hear that. I knew I was ready to come into another level of life, of me, of who I am. And so, hold on, y'all. Bitch. Sorry. But deep down, I knew I needed that because I was able to feel more comfortable in my skin. Some of us, we're not taking those step forwards because we may lack some confidence, right? But there's a point where you have to be like, okay, where does this lack of confidence come from? Who put this lack of confidence in me that I believe this about myself, and you will kind of laugh at yourself later on like, I cannot believe I wasted all of this time. So, you don't want to waste no more time living in your old self. You don't want to waste no more time living in that same step that you may have been there for 5 years, 10 years, maybe even 2 years. Everyone's growth is different. It may take you longer to master a step because before you move to one step, you want to master this step. You get what I'm saying? Or master it enough because remember, we're not perfect, but you want to get to a comfortable, strong point. Like you feel strong about it. You feel firm. Like when you put in that password, like when you got to create a password and they give you like the green and yellow, like weak is yellow and green is strong. So when you going through levels, you want to make sure before you go to your next level, your password is at a strong level. You know what I mean? It's green. The light is green. The light isn't yellow or yellow green. The light is green. You got like 4 or 5 stars on it. Like it's strong. So when you get to that strong green level in that point, oh baby, then you gotta take that step. You gotta just book that session or look up the jobs. This is how you taking the step. You know what I mean? Just look up the area. Just start packing your bags. I'm telling y'all, when you definitely be ready to move. If you're ready to move and you're ready, the light is green, you know what I mean? You firm, you strong, you it's clear, baby, just pack your bags. Sometimes, we're going to go to church real quick, come on, real quick, come to church. Sometimes God don't give you the answer because he don't see you making any movement. He can't move until you move. So what you got to start to do is go in the house, start with closet A, and just throw out stuff that you don't even care about no more. And pack the stuff that you know you're going to need on your next journey, okay? On your next step. All right, I need this, and I need this. This I can live without. So you got to start filtering out what you need and what you don't need, okay? And then when you start doing that, your mind, you know what I mean? You just start, you'll be surprised. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to try this for yourself. Okay? I don't want to talk about it too much because it's just so exciting that I don't want to get so excited. Because even for me, every time I made my move, and I was, and my light was green. You know, it wasn't weak. I wasn't contemplating too much. It's weak if you still unsure. You know, like, all right, you know, Lord, you know, you still a little unsure. Your light is a little yellow, but when that light turned green, okay, or it's about to turn green, you better start packing them bags. You gotta get ready to go. You know what I mean? You gotta start closing things down. You gotta start getting ready to make that shift. Okay? There's gonna be a shift phase before you move to the next step. All right, let's think about steps, right? When you take a step, you take one step and then you take another step, right? So on the first step, you still got one foot down, right? So that's your body weight starts to shift before you lift up that back foot. Now I'm talking about literal steps here, but metaphorical. So on the journey, when you about to make a next move, you about to apply to a school, you about to move to a new area, you about to get the new job, you about to go to the interviews, wherever your shift is at, you gotta start moving. You gotta start putting in applications. You know what I mean? You gotta start cutting people off. Or let's not forget about that. You gotta start going through the list. All right, who ain't going to my next step? Because I've been in this step for about 6-8 months. Okay? This person been a little rocky. This person been a little shady. This person been great. You know, so we gonna move you over. But you, I'm done. I'm done. And that's how your shift, that's how your move is gonna make. Okay? Every move you make, people gonna fall. So you gotta be able to, it has to be clear. All right? So that's why it's good too, to even before you make that shift, get on the phone and talk and hear some different outlooks. You know what I mean? Hear some perspectives and things like that. And maybe sometimes you ain't even gonna cut people off completely, but maybe you're gonna just cut them down. You know, everybody got a level in your life, right? So maybe somebody, you had them at level 10, bring them on down to level 1. Okay, and see if they can make their way back up to level 5, because they never gonna get back to level 10. But see if that person can make their way back, because you want to give people a chance. See if they can make their way back up to level 5. And when you bring them over to the next step and they in level 1, it's a crucial time for them. Because if they don't make it up a step to level 2 before your next step, oh baby, they done for good. You know what I mean? They out. Wipe out. Because mama, God don't bless no mess. So if you got people pulling you down and discouraging you and being ignorant, and we're gonna lead them in the last step. We're gonna lead them in the old chapters. Okay, we're not bringing you to these new chapters. I gave you an opportunity. I've been nothing but good, but you gotta go. No offense. You know what I mean? No hard feelings. I love you, and that's why I gotta let you go, because I love you, and it's not reciprocated. So yeah, got to go. You know what I mean? So as you making those shifts, guys, telling you, take your time. Put on that music while you packing them bags. If you gotta cry a couple days, cry a couple days. Just let it out. You know what I mean? These are tears of joy. You know, as you elevate, the tears, the reason for the tears change. So don't be afraid to cry joy. I'll be in there like, woo, yes, like yes, I've been waiting for this. And it feels good too when you've been waiting for something and you know it's something and you get it. Oh, honey, it feels just as good as you waiting for them Uber Eats to arrive. You know you ordered it, right? You sent your request. You like, I'm about to eat some shrimp, dip, queso, you know what I mean? And come with a drink. And I got the cheesecake with strawberries, right? And your order say 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you're like, dang, what am I going to do for an hour and 15 minutes, right? This is a whole metaphor, y'all. Don't miss this, okay? But you waiting for your Uber Eats, and you just like, yeah. You put the music on, you start cleaning up, you take your shower, you know what I mean? You get your toothbrush ready for after, you know, so you just ready. And then when that doorbell ring, or that app say, your order has arrived, honey, you jump up, you throw that phone, you throw on that robe, you run down the stairs, you open the door, and here they are with your Uber Eats, and you give them a tip, and you wave on by, you turn around, and you go moving on back to enjoy your meal, baby. That's how it's gonna feel when you move to that next step, and you know it's right. You know this is for you. You know that this was ordained. You know that you about to, you know, it's about to pour in. You about to be full. You about to have overflow. You're going to have leftovers. You know what I mean? It's about to be so real and so good that all you could do is suck every finger. You don't even use the napkin. You know what I mean? You done forgot about mannerism, and you just, you didn't even press play on your show. You busting this food down, so you didn't even turn the TV on because you so, you know what I mean? That's how good it's going to feel. So, I hope I didn't lose y'all. Y'all might want to watch this again, because I know I mean, see, I'm going to start standing up and doing my videos. I used to stand up and do them before, and then when I got to office, I was like, well, let me sit. But I feel like when I stand, I just, I could talk more natural. I'm more of a stand-up talker, like I talk with my hands. I'm real metaphorical. But soul family, get ready for that next step. That next step is coming for you, okay? And don't be afraid, all right? You'll know it's right because it's going to feel right. You're going to feel it up in your guts, all right? And if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys at my next video. Bye for now.